Pretty fascinating that we have attendees for a rally in their mid-20s, early 20s of able-bodied just passing out from heat exhaustion.
This is a human rights violation. This is morally wrong.
That's right.
Yeah.
It is a death camp.
If they're not having access to adequate medical facilities, then they're going to die in here. They're going to suffer in here.
Hey, it's Jordan with Status Coup.
This is Ashley with Status Coup.
On the ground.
In Philadelphia.
Flint, Michigan. East Palestine, Ohio. Please support the leading independent news outlet on the ground.
Covering what the corporate media covers up.
I'm here today on behalf of concerned medical professionals. What we've heard today is that people are out here suffering. We're out here suffering, and we've only been out here for about 50 minutes or so. I got bit by at least 20 mosquitoes. It's hot, it's hard to breathe out here. Take a deep breath. Imagine if you had heart disease, or hypertension, or you needed dialysis, or you had depression, or you had schizophrenia, and you were not able to get what it is you needed inside this facility. This is a human rights violation. This is morally wrong.
That's right.
Yeah.
It is a death camp.
Hi everybody, this is Dave Decker, Status Coup News. In the middle of a press conference which was scheduled at 11 o'clock and organized by a coalition of South Florida activist groups and 2 family members of detainees who are located inside this facility, a loud clink was heard in the crowd. I had my camera on sticks, shooting, walked around with another camera, and we noticed the person who was unconscious laying on the ground. The pictures kind of speak for themselves. There was a lot of concern. That person did not move. And eventually they did get up, and first responders did show up eventually. And honestly, I cannot confirm whether or not that person went to a local hospital or not for emergency care. Pretty fascinating that we have attendees for a rally / press conference in their mid-20s, early 20s of able-bodied just passing out from heat exhaustion. I think the heat index that day was about 104. The actual heat was maybe 99 or 100. I can tell you the mosquitoes are unbearable before the sun rises. You can't really move. When the sun comes up, it burns them off a little bit, but they just go to the shade. So if you're going to go to the shade, if you're press, protesters, anybody out there, you're going to get swarmed. So your choice is stay in the sun, in the heat, or go to the shade and get swarmed. They're still bad in the sun. And what's also in the shade, though, is the encampments. We have these folks in these tent camps that are not sealed off from mosquitoes, and they're in the shade also.
Yes.
Yeah. Someone told me that the political party that endorsed this said that they are selling merch.
Yep. Shame.
About one way in, one way out.
Shame.
I'm going to tell you something. If you got chronic medical conditions and you're in this facility, it might be one way in or one way out. And that's inhumane.
Shame on you! 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 Shame on you!
And I'm a part of a team of concerned medical professionals that have been documenting and hearing from individuals who are inside of this inhumane facility.
And I mean, you heard the stories today. I'm sure you've obviously heard all the reports coming out of there. What do you make of the conditions that we're told that they're being kept in?
This is abhorrent. You know, like people wouldn't treat their pets like this. We have individuals 37 to a cage who are sharing 1 or 2 toilets, etc., who are drinking out of toilet water, who are having to, have diarrhea and other, go to the bathroom in front of other individuals and are being degraded and denigrated in this facility. It's wrong. It's immoral, and it's also very, very disgusting that we would allow this to happen in Miami-Dade County.
What kind of tools do you see it taking when it comes to the health of those inside?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see an exacerbation of people's already chronic medical conditions. The individual that talked, who was on the phone, I don't know if you heard, he said he was 63 years old. We got elders living in here. We got grandparents living in here. And, if they're not having access to adequate medical facilities, then they're going to die in here. They're going to suffer in here, and I know the cruelty is the point of the individuals that erected this facility, but we shouldn't allow this to happen, and that's why we're here. We're here to say that this is wrong. We're against it totally and vehemently, that the individuals that are in here, it doesn't matter what they did, innocent or not, they do not deserve to be living in these conditions.
And from your understanding, are you able to speak to know what kind of medical care they're getting inside in terms of the professionals that are in there?
I mean, when we were standing here, we saw like a general, like, bus that left that was providing medical care. I have not been given access to the facility, so I do not know to the extent of what's going on. I do know that there were a couple of people, 10 or so, that were transported to different emergency departments. One which you heard of today, who had a wound that's chronically healing. But what I do know, in terms of taking care of people who live outside in these conditions, like take care of unsheltered people in Miami-Dade County, is that these are the individuals that use the emergency room the most, because their chronic medical conditions are exacerbated living in conditions like this, in heat and in humidity that causes lung problems to get worse, heart problems to get worse, diabetes to get worse, psychological disorders to get worse, on top of the already depressed individuals who have been stolen and placed in this facility, taken away from their families. It's heartbreaking.
Support this critically important on-the-ground reporting as a Status Coup member and get great perks. Become a member right here.
The mosquitoes are not just biting us. Mosquitoes transmit diseases. Zika, dengue, chikungunya, name it. West Nile virus. These mosquito-borne illnesses are death sentences for individuals with chronic diseases. This is not right. As a medical professional, I am concerned. People in my profession are concerned. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't concerned. And I'm not just speaking from the perspective of some random individual. I take care of individuals who live outside in this heat, who live in tents. It's inhumane to force people to live in these conditions. It is inhumane to force people to live in these conditions. Yes. It is inhumane to force people to live in these conditions.
Yes.
Shut it down.
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 I'm here today to protest this concentration camp here in our Florida Everglades. It's just inhumane, first, okay? The conditions are horrific. The treatment of human lives is terrible, and it's also encroaching on our natural resources here in the Everglades. So I'm here to protest that. I'm also here to talk about due process for the people that are here. So we're not a fan of mass deportation with no due process. Okay, people are here legally. People are here going through the process, and they're in this concentration camp, and that's not right. That's un-American. So that's why I'm here as an American, born and raised. I'm here to show my First Amendment American right, and protest this. So that's why I'm here.
I'll ask you another question. So we're all out here. It's really hot. There's a lot of mosquitoes. What do you imagine it's like in there? Like,
I'm born and raised in South Florida, and in my area, I'm not really affected by mosquitoes until the evening time. The mosquitoes here is just on another level. I have bug spray on and I'm still getting attacked. The heat is just crazy. And someone passed out while we were just standing here.
Yeah, I saw that.
So just imagine not be just sweaty, mosquitoes, like the temperatures, just all the humidity. I can't imagine. And then only having one shower a day. Most Floridians know we take multiple showers. One shower a week. Most Floridians know that we can take multiple showers in a day because we get so sweaty. And that's just insane for me to think about.
I am Vice Mayor Nancy Mateer-Bowen, a proud daughter of Haitian immigrants, an environmental scientist, and a public servant who refuses to stay silent in the face of injustice. I stand here today in solidarity with brave disruptors and freedom fighters, those who refuse to accept cruelty as the status quo. We gather not just in protest, but in moral defiance. Let's be clear. The construction of a concentration detention center in the middle of the Everglades is not an environmental atrocity. It is humane. It's the building of a modern-day concentration camp. Seeking asylum is not a crime.
All right.
Seeking asylum is not a crime.
Right.
Encaging families in the swamp is not injustice. It is a state-sanctioned dehumanization.
Dehumanization.
This is not about public safety. This is political theater. Designed to vilify the vulnerable and criminalize survival. This facility has been built on stolen indigenous land to imprison black and brown immigrants fleeing violence, instability, climate disaster, which are all too often crises, often fueled by U.S. foreign policy. And what makes this even shameful and disgusting, the silence of county commissioners, the silence of planning boards, the silence of local elected officials who are rubber stamping the project intended to erase humanity. To be silent is to be complicit. If we allow this facility to exist, we are saying it is acceptable to disappear people behind razor wire. We are saying black and brown immigrant trauma is tolerable. So long as it is hidden out of sight and behind fences and wetlands. We will not let history repeat itself, as we heard over and over again. And a new name or different zip code does not change this circumstance. This is immoral, inhumane, and this is un-American. We demand the cancellation of contracts that profit off of pain. We demand that we shut down this concentration camp. We demand that this concentration is shut down. From every level of government. If you are not taking sight of this, shame on you. To the decision makers, the people are watching.
The world is watching.
Your silence will be remembered.
That's right.
To our communities, we will not be silent. We will not be intimidated. And we will not stop until this concentration camp is shut down. And every human behind these walls are treated with dignity and freedom they deserve. Thank you.
Thank you.